Hello, we are here. Hello, Naimi, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. So I'm a little bit out of it tonight. I had to put my dog down this morning, and so I'm we probably won't have too long of a show tonight. I'm just saying straight up, first of all, guys. It's been a long day, so I'm not in the happiest of moods, but I'm good. We're here. Sorry we were not here last week. We were we were a little nervous that Naimi was going to be flooded out and maybe be dealing with some hurricane issues, hey? But you're
Yeah.
okay. I'm glad to see.
Yes. We only got the wind, no rain, so it wasn't as bad.
That's good. That's good. It gets, you see all of these disasters that are happening. I mean, Newfoundland had here in Canada was, pretty destroyed. I know some places in Florida were pretty destroyed too, but I'm glad you guys are okay. And I want to thank everybody for coming on today. For those of you that have already donated, it's truly appreciated. And I mean, I don't really know what to say today. I'm kind of tell us about you. How's the show going? So tell everybody about TikTok. What is TikTok doing? Because we were talking about that earlier.
So TikTok updated 2 weeks ago, and what happens with TikTok is every time they update, the algorithm completely changes. So if you are consistently showing on FYP, there's going to be a moment where you're not going to be. They also have like a bunch of little glitches, which makes it very difficult because those that are consistent and have a business and have followers, a lot of them are not getting, notifications. So it's been tough. I follow other businesses, small businesses, and they seem to have the same issue as well. So TikTok is a little technical. It's whatever's trending or whatever's out is what they really care about. So whatever worked 3 weeks ago no longer works now. You have to switch up a little bit. You got to switch up maybe the background when you go live, or you got to switch out the watch time on your videos. Instead of 30 seconds, get it down to 20 seconds or less. It's technical in that sense. So it's been quite difficult the last 2 weeks, trying to figure out what the new algorithm is, and to get back to the way my lives were. And other people too, they've been complaining so much. So hopefully that gets fixed soon.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Like, because I mean, especially when you're used to a certain amount of people watching or being there or whatever, to all of them have it switch, and it has nothing to do with your fault. It literally has to do with the algorithm or whatever is going. I mean, YouTube can do that as well. Like for many people, I know that some other people, like they'll suddenly shadow ban because they don't like what's being said or whatever. But hey Willie, how's it going? It's good to see you. So hi Lisa, nice, thank you for joining us. LR, if you do want a reading, all of the instructions are going across the screen, and they do tell you how to donate in order to receive a reading. So if for those of you that are watching, if you do want a reading, again, all of the instructions are going across the screen. Hi Dana, good to see you. And you also do need to be a subscriber to the show. And I think that's pretty much about it. I just wanted to remind everybody also to make sure that you guys also subscribe to the I Want to Believe channel. Simply because of the fact that we have a show on there. It's called It's Not an Orb, It's Dust. And this is such a fun show. And we come on every week and we bring on different paranormal or supernatural leaders in the field. And we will have cryptozoologists, for those that are into like Sasquatch and, other cryptoids or UFOs. We have paranormal investigators, witnesses. Sometimes we just do a fun show where we will be taking a look at, the top 10 spooky videos or whatever it is. So it's lots of fun. And again, you have to be a subscriber to Oracle Intuitions in order to receive a reading, and all of the instructions are going across the screen. And I think we could probably get started if you're good.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right, just hang on. I'm just gonna. So I am just putting up the list on the screen right now. So you guys will see the order in which we are doing readings tonight. And remember that if you do donate and you want a reading, make sure that you let me know that first of all you have donated so that we can just verify. And second of all, make sure that you do put your reading into the chat or what it is that you want us to take a look into. We don't do legal, we don't do health, okay? And we also need first names of anybody that we're reading, about, whether it's yourself or if you're including somebody, and also your sun sign too, please. So that would mean your zodiac signs, whether you're a Aquarius or a Pisces or whatever. All right. So first we're going to have Jessica. And Jessica actually just wants a general reading on love and work.
Okay.
And I do want to say thanks to everybody who subscribed, everybody who's watching. We really appreciate your support, and thank you so much for being here. Don't forget that you can catch Naimi under Naimi's Holistics. And if you do want a reading with me, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com. Ooh, okay.
I got some good stuff too.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to see that popping up, eh? And I love it because it's funny because sometimes you'll pull some cards and I'll get stuff, and it's funny how close they are. Like I love that. Like we'll get very similar, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think that's also good validation or verification for people.
All right. So far, Jessica, I got recovery. Whatever it is that you're worrying about right now, whether work or relationship, it's going to get better. You're going to get past whatever hump that you're in right now. You're going to recover from it. I'm getting the romance card, and anytime I do your readings, I think I've gotten romance card for you before. Things between you and Cameron, as always, I always get good energy. The things between you and Cameron, it's like you guys are meant to be together. You guys are meant to be on this path that you guys are on. And, eventually everything that you're worried about so much, everything is going to fall into place, and it sucks because things take time to get there. And the waiting feels like it's going to take forever. I'm never going to get there, but you don't have to worry is the last card that I got for you. Don't worry, don't panic. All that anxiety and overthinking that you're doing, no, there's no need for it. Everything is falling into place the way they need to be, and it's going to continue to fall into place. I'm also getting from I pulled from my other deck, I feel like there's some sort of control issue going on. So I don't know if it's from your part or his part, whatever the case may be. Either you or him needs to kind of chill, like sit back. Don't worry so much about what he's doing or what he's not doing. I know because you guys are at a distance right now, it may be quite difficult, and I get that. But I always get good energy between you and Cameron, Jessica. So don't allow things to to get to that point where you feel like you have to control him or everything that he does, or controlling the relationship or the situation, because everything is going to unfold naturally and you need to let it unfold naturally. You guys have good energy and your relationship is going where it needs to go, and you don't have to worry, and you don't have to overthink and feel like he doesn't feel this way and he doesn't feel the way I feel, or I want this to hurry up, or I want him to do this now. You don't have to do any of that. He cares for you. He loves you the same way you do for him, and he's making sure that he's taking care of things so that things continue to move forward in your relationship. So that's what I'm getting at this time, Jessica.
I love it. So interesting enough, you said you had recovery come up. Well, I actually had the death card come up. So what the death card talks about is transition. Okay. So, it made me giggle when Naimi said recovery, because the death card can be very much that form of recovery, right? It's going from one transition to a next. It's basically saying, where you are right now is about to transition, or it will transition, or it will, get a better momentum to some degree. But interesting enough, I also received the Star, the Hierophant, King of Pentacles, and the Temperance. So the things are that you're again, that you are worried about are coming to fruition. Okay. Your hopes and dreams are going to be realized fairly soon. Now, it's interesting also that Naimi had picked up, what was it? Control, right?
Yeah.
Because I actually got the Seven of Wands, the Hangman reverse, and the Queen of Swords. So intuitively, it was funny because I was looking at this and I'm like, ooh, somebody's letting that Queen of Swords come out. So that, when we have that Queen of Swords come out, that this really talks about is, somebody who's in this place of, it is a bit of control. Like, you know what I mean? The Queen of Swords, she can be very blunt. She can be very snappy, like she's sort of the queen that might be in a bad mood sometimes. And, that's how I sort of look at it, right? But with the Hangman in reverse, it's basically telling me that you're not in a place of patience. And I feel like, that might be coming out somehow in your conversations, or maybe in your behavior, or even your attitude, or this even could be, in your mental state. And then we've got the Seven of Wands coming in. So it's kind of like you're in this place of maybe perhaps protecting yourself, or feeling like, there's resistance there, right? It's resistance. And, sometimes it can also be like defending ourselves. So you might be in this place of feeling like I have to defend myself, or I feel like things aren't working out. So I'm going to start putting my walls up. I'm going to start protecting myself. I'm going to, emotionally start shutting down. And that Queen of Swords especially is like an emotional sort of shutdown. But you know what emotional shutdown is? It's really trying to take control of something, right? And a lot of people don't recognize it always as that. They'll just go, well, I'm protecting myself, or I don't feel that I can be open at this time, or whatever it is. But it really is a form of control, simply because of the fact that, you're trying to control what is being presented outwards, or even trying to control what is presented inwards. So kind of take that as, as it's relating to, for you. But when I'm getting the Hierophant Star along with that King of Pentacles, what was Cameron's birthday again? What is he? He's
I don't remember.
I can't remember either. But the King of Pentacles is really somebody, and I believe he's come up for you before. I'm pretty sure he has. But he's somebody who is, he's a very reliable king. Okay.
He's an Aries.
Okay. So, he's a very reliable king. Right. And he's probably the most reliable when it comes to, the tarot. And what I get here is like, yeah, it's not going to be a rush. Like, and I feel like that might be where part of your energy is, things aren't happening fast enough. Now, as far as work goes, I'm not sure exactly what it was that you wanted to know about work, but I am showing, so it's interesting, Emperor with the nine of Pentacles. So it really talks about taking, like you might be taking charge. Now, this is different than control, okay? Right? When we take charge, taking charge is different than trying to control a situation, right? But I feel like, you're working on your own independence in some way, or your own um success or finances. And what this is telling me, especially with that nine of Pentacles coming through, is that things are actually moving along positively. I'm not exactly sure what your question was with regarding work, but I do feel like things are moving in a positive direction. I literally just cut the deck to 10 of Cups. So it feels like things are really starting to come to a sense of completion. Aries in the procrastination sometimes. Yeah. Uh, but it feels like things are coming to a place of completion. So you're almost to that point of where it is that you want to be. You're just going to have to apply a little bit more patience, especially with that temperance card coming through. Okay. So I hope that gave you some clarity, Jessica. I hope it helped. Uh, yeah. Sometimes the procrastination is there for sure, but yeah, too funny. So, next we're gonna have Miguel is next. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm
Jenny.
wrong. Jenny, sorry. And Jenny was a love reading on Christopher, her and Christopher. And you're so welcome, Jessica. I hope it helped. I don't feel this being much longer, actually. I know again, that the patience is having to be there, but I really don't feel like this is gonna go much longer. Like I feel like, things are they're it's like they're it's like they're like all of the pieces are starting to form together to create what it is that you're looking for. Hey, Death of Dragons, thank you so much for joining. It's good to see you. Brenda, if you would like a reading, all of the information is going across the screen. You can donate either through PayPal or through e-transfer if you are in Canada, to C Rogers 5555, that's 4 5s, at gmail.com. So and Dana, I do not see if you did donate. I'm not seeing it show up at this point. So you might want to just double check and make sure that you sent it to the right account. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right.
Okay, so for Jenny, so first and foremost, I'm getting you need to remain positive. Keep a positive mindset. Right now, what's really important is law of attraction. Um, and I got this twice. So I got this from one of my decks, and I got it from a different deck as well. So this remain positive situation with this card this is just clarifying for me that you just need to stay optimistic about this love life with this person. Positive thinking, faith will bring you romance. That's exactly what it says. And then the other card says remain positive. So it's just about positive thinking. um don't overthink to a point where you're going to be like, oh my god, how is this going to work? This is not going to work out. How am I going to make it there? How are we going to end up together? Or how am I going to end up going wherever it is I want to go, or moving wherever I want to move? How am I able to move forward? Don't think about all of those things. Just think and visualize positive outcomes. Visualize the things that you want to come forth for you. You don't want to delay these changes that are coming for you, because the other card that I got for you was big happy changes. And I just see, I have another confirmation, if you believe. So it's all about your mindset right now. Like everything is remain positive. If you believe, you need to keep that positive mindset. And then same thing here, positive thinking between you and this person. You know, You're going to have good, happy changes coming forth for you, for yourself, and in this new relationship. And I'm also getting that the situation is going to improve. So, whatever situation you're in right now, it may not seem like you're going to be getting out of it soon, but you will. And time is going to go like this. And then you're going to be like, why did I even sweat it so much? You know? So, that's what I'm getting for you at this time. I'm not sure if you had a specific question where I can answer for you with my rods, but if you're needing clarification, let me know in the chat and I'll answer it for you. But that's what I'm getting for you at this time.
Okay. I just want to let Dana know I did receive your donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I did put you onto the list for tonight. Okay, so Jenny, what I'm receiving right now, I'm actually, the first two cards that came out were the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. So I do feel there's some sort of stagnation that's going on right now. I don't know exactly what that's. This might even be in the middle of decisions, because if you actually take a look at the Two of Swords, you can actually see, he's over a chessboard, right? He's trying to make, like, strategize that next move. How does he move? Does he go with his head? What is his head thinking? What is his heart thinking? It's that type of energy. Do I follow my head? Do I follow my heart? And the thing is that the one thing is that I found always with the Two of Swords is it really does talk about following, what you're truly feeling on the inside. Okay. So it feels like more of a heart situation than head. And I do feel that you might be too much lost in your head, especially with that Two of Wands coming through. Okay. So it kind of feels like, which decision do I make? And what it can be doing is putting you at a standstill in some energetic form. Okay. So maybe you're scared to move forward. Maybe he's scared to move forward. It kind of feels like right now we're sort of at a wall, and I'm not exactly sure where I want that wall, to be or go. And the thing is that you do know what you want. You do want to, move forward. You want some sort of relationship with him. And I feel that he does too. Interesting enough, what I'm getting for the two of you is I'm getting Queen of Wands, Nine of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands. I mean, the Four of Wands is such a beautiful energy, to be coming out, especially in a romantic reading, especially with that Ten of Pentacles coming through. So, when I look at the Nine of Wands and the Queen of Wands, I feel like, it almost feels like there's a part of you that is holding back in some way in regards to yourself. Like, it kind of feels like maybe you're not showing exactly who you are, or maybe you're not like, it's almost like I'm too, like, it's like that energy of being stuck, of saying, well, I want to show this person who I really am, and how dynamic I am, and all of that stuff. But there's a little bit of holding back that's coming through here. And this could be, some sort of fear, like, are they going to reject me? Or are they going to, you know what I mean? It's overthinking. And I don't feel like you need to have that overthinking, because I feel like it's already there. Okay. Yeah. We've been long distance at this time, but have plans I can't get past. I believe we've been here before. Like, the connection was instant. Okay. So, that kind of gives a little bit of explanation. Like, it kind of, that helps. And what I'm getting though is it's perfectly okay to start believing, is what I do feel. I feel like the thing that is going to hold you back, and it's probably, I think this is similar to what you might have said, Naimi. It feels like it's in your head that's holding you back. Right? Like, again, being in that maybe form of positive energy, because with that Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Wands coming through, it is showing that this could really turn into, a beautiful dynamic relationship. But I do feel that there's things from possibly your past that could be, yeah, Four of Cups is coming through. So it kind of feels like you're in this place of, I'm scared to move forward, but at the same degree, you're like, what if I don't move forward? Am I going to lose this opportunity? So, on his end, literally, I freaking just pulled the Ace of Cups. I know, I feel like this is something that you can trust in, that you can follow in, and again, stay true to you. I feel like this is going to be really important. Stay true to you, stay, be who you are. And I feel like this is just going to get us like become stronger relationship. I don't want to get caught up in the popularity of social media. No, I mean, here's the thing. The titles are great, but the titles can be really abusive at times, right? Because people can be in these situations, um, where we get caught up in the title, right? And so it really allows people to sometimes, it doesn't allow us to, be honest with what a relationship might be, but it also prevents us, from seeing a lot of red flags within a relationship or within another person because we're stuck on this title. And, I've literally seen people, who have said, well, I've been told it's a twin flame relationship. So basically, because of this, it's okay if he cheats. It's okay if he hits me. It's okay if he does that. No, that's not what it fucking means. You know what I mean? That's not what it means. It means, like, when we get lost in these titles, we tend to become, very submissive, I guess, to the title rather than to the actual actions or the behavior of each other or the person. And it really takes away accountability and responsibility within a relationship, right? So yeah, and Kay, you absolutely can donate. Just make sure that we do have your question as well. So this is what I'm feeling. So don't get lost. Absolutely don't get lost in the title. I feel like, to stay true again to who you are. I feel like this guy literally, like, Jenny, I can't make this shit up. 2 of Cups just flew out. Like, that's partnership, okay? So 2 of Cups, 4 of Wands. I need a reading like this. How do I get a reading like this? I want this. Right? But I feel like just be in this place of go with the flow right now. Don't make any massive decisions right now, but at the same time, don't hold yourself back. Um, and and that's good. She says it makes sense, though I have a lot of past trauma. I'm trying not to make him pay for, and that's exactly it. And a lot of times, sometimes the best way to go about doing this is to be in this place and ask yourself, is this from his behavior? Or is this from, something that is being generated from my past? And this will help move things forward. It helps you come to a decision that is going to be, not only from your head or from your heart, it's going to come from both. So I hope that has helped. And I hope that gave some sort of clarity. We're going to move on to, hang on a second. Oh, why am I having trouble with this today? uh, Miguel. So Miguel just wants a general reading.
Okay.
And what his guides might have to say.
Okay. So the first thing I got was recovery.
I just want to say one thing. Kay, I do have you on the list. You'll show up on the next round as soon as we finish Miguel, your name will be showing on the list. Okay? I did get it. Thank you so much. Sorry.
It's okay. So the first thing I got was recovery. So whatever situation you're in right now, or probably it's us we're in right now, we're going to get past it. We're going to recover from it. So it's going to be okay. Whatever you're so worried about right now, it's going to get better. It's not something that we're going to have to deal with for a long time. It's just something short and it's going to pass. I also get the card trust. So you need to be able to trust within yourself and keep faith that everything is going to turn out the way we want it to turn out. Also have trust within yourself. Trust within yourself that you can move forward. You know, you can, whatever ideas or plans you may have, you can reach them. But it's completely up to you. That's the other card I got. You know, everything that you would want, anything that you have your mind set on, it can happen, but it's up to you. You need to go forth and do, you know, whatever actions that need to take place in your part for things to come forth for you, and whatever plans or ideas you may have. um I'm also getting the card compromise. So with this card, I'm just feeling like you're completely unbalanced. Like there's things that you're holding on to that you don't have to hold on to because it's not necessary. You know, I don't feel necessarily that you need to fully compromise with someone. That's not what I'm getting with this card. Basically, be clear on what you want and what you feel. Be clear on it. You know, what's more important to you, be clear about it and worry about that. Worry about what's more important at this time. What matters to you the most right now, you know? Um Also working out, you know, if you feel like things are not moving forward because I don't know, maybe our schedule, our routine is just not working out, you know, whatever the case may be. Um, Try to be more open about it. Try to be more open and find a balance. You know, we can figure out a balance. You know, maybe it's me, maybe it's the hours that I'm working that's not working out. You know, maybe you want to do things at a certain time, um or you just feel like you're not fully putting in whatever work you feel that you want to put in. But you know, it's up to you, and we just need to be able to communicate about it and, you know, come to an agreement where we all win, because we all want to win, you know. Especially in a relationship, you know, we want to have that balance. So that's what I'm getting at this time.
So balance is really necessary. I actually got the justice card for this, but it's interesting because whenever I do a reading for you, Miguel, it's almost like words flow into my head, and sometimes it drives me crazy actually because I'll actually receive a lot of words like a long time, like before I even get to even come on to the show, and it's like, oh, Miguel better be here tonight because I got this flowing through my head. Um, One of the things that I actually felt is it. Now, here's the interesting thing. I kind of feel that before the hurricane, or maybe during the hurricane or whatever, I felt like there was some sort of sense of prayer that happened, like, please protect my family, my house, like something along that line. Okay. So I kept getting that coming through. The interesting thing is that I feel like you've had all of these doubts as to whether or not you should have faith in some things, or am I really receiving the answers that I'm asking for, and yada, yada, yada. And I feel that because of that prayer, so this is what I heard actually, even before we started the show, is you received your prayer. You received your prayer. You received your prayer, and the fact that your house was safe, your family was safe, you pretty much got everything that you asked for. And for me, what that was saying to you is start having faith in some of the things that you have prayed for, because there have been times throughout this last year or so where your sense of faith has dipped a little bit, right? Or you're not, see, the hurricane shifted, there you go, right? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like this last minute thing, and I feel like what Spirit and God were really saying to you is have that faith. And I'm showing you that faith, and I'm showing you, what it is that is needed and necessary. And also, I am listening. And I feel like that so what I'm getting here is also to start kind of brandishing a new sense of gratitude, not just because of the hurricane, but I mean basically in general. And this is not me giving you shit, by the way. I want to let you know. I feel
I
like,
always tell him, like, he can speak things into existence. It's not the first time that that's happened. It's happened multiple times.
yeah,
Like, it freaks
yeah.
me out sometimes.
I'm spitting coffee everywhere. That's cool. But yeah, I'm really getting that sense coming through. Now it's also showing me here, the 10 of Wands with the 9 of Pentacles. It kind of feels like, there's just this that's very individual energy, and it kind of feels like in some way you're carrying the weight, or you feel like you're carrying the weight of the shoulder, weight of the world on your shoulders, or you know what I mean? But you don't need to. Oh, good. I started to appreciate what we have more today. I love it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Because I do feel like that is necessary. And I feel like the more that you start to really put that energy out there in regards to, what it is that you're wanting and receiving, you're going to really start noticing the differences in things. It's interesting. I also got a couple of pentacles, or a couple of aces coming through here. So one was the Ace of Swords, one was the Ace of Pentacles. So things are turning around into a more grounded sense for you. Okay. And again, with that Ace of Swords coming through, this talks about communication. So I feel like even though you're communicating, and this could have to do, with Naimi or whatever, it could have to do with really anything in your life. Even though you're communicating, I do feel that there is a little bit of sense of, it's still like, I have the weight of the world on my shoulders, but you don't. You don't. It may feel like that at sometimes. I mean, hell, I know I feel like that a lot of the times. But at the same degree, I feel like things are trying to show you, like, sometimes just, I know sometimes it's hard to have the patience, you know what I mean? But if we look at it as like a mechanism or a mechanical something, okay, each gear shift has to work in a particular way in order for everything to come together. So if you're building, let's say, a clock, you have to have all the cogs in place, right? And some can just take a little bit of time for a cog to kind of make that right turn. But you'll find that as soon as you start appreciating the one cog, the other one will come in, right? And everything starts to really turn together as a full mechanism, rather than it being one part or this part or that part or whatever it is. So I hope that has given you some clarity, because I do feel I felt really, really strongly today, or like, well, I felt it today, but that basically something was showing you, God, Spirit was showing you, God was showing you that sense of prayer, and also, just your ability to manifest is, is being presented to you. So I hope that helps. Thank you, Samantha. And I do have everybody's, I do have so far everybody's name on the list here. Hopefully I can put it up. And I'm glad it gave you some clarity, Miguel. I really am glad. It's so funny because sometimes, um, sometimes I'll be like, is this really the message that's coming through? And then I'll be like, okay, I'm just going to throw it out there anyway. And, I'm so grateful when it does resonate, because I'll just hear it and I'll be like, okay, got to give this message out. So I'm glad. I'm glad it does. We're gonna do love tea next, and then I think we're just gonna take a quick little break. And then we're gonna go on to Samantha, Will, Kay, Brenda, and Star. And again, thanks everybody for watching. Don't worry, we are gonna do love tea first, and then we are just gonna take a quick little break, and then we'll be right back for everybody else. But Love Tea wanted to know about her relationship with Ricky. Just find you 1 second. I didn't get a chance to write it all down, so I'm just looking here. Hang on. Love reading between me and Ricky. Like his feelings and what he wants regarding us. I'm Aries and he's a Capricorn.
Okay, so I'm getting forgiveness. I'm not sure if you're needing to forgive or he's needing to forgive. There's something there that needs forgiveness, whether it's for you or for him. That's what's coming through for me at this time. I'm also getting trust. I'm not sure if there's a trust issue within the relationship or you're just not fully sure if he's the one that you should be with at this time. So, I'm getting that you can trust him. I don't know if you're just not fully wanting to trust him all the way or vice versa. Maybe he's having trust issues too. I do get that you can trust him. And I'm also getting the balance card. There needs to be some sort of balance within the relationship. Maybe it's balance within yourself or the relationship itself. But that's what I'm getting at this time. When I pulled from my deck card, I got that you deserve love. Worth waiting for is also what I got as well. So I just get that you and him are meant to be together at this time. Yeah. I am getting that you guys are meant to be together at this time. That is the only thing, basically there's forgiveness and trust involved. Kathy probably can pick up a little more in depth into that. Because I'm not sure if the forgiveness and the trust is from you or just the, relationship itself, if you guys went through a situation. But that's what I'm getting at this time.
Awesome. Okay. Great. So with you and Rick, so I do feel, here's the thing. I do feel a lot of resistance on your part, in regards to him. I'll be honest. I feel like there's a lot of mental conflict in regards to him. It's actually, coming out the 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords. And I feel like you're just wondering, can I trust this? Can I trust the energy? Can I put faith into this because of the fact that he has hurt me in the past? Is he willing to step up? Like all of these energies keep coming through. So what I'm getting here, I mean, literally when it comes, like when it's on your side, Love Tea, like your energy is like the 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords, the Tower. Like there's a lot of energy here that is really, really heavy energy. Okay. Going towards him. And I understand as to why, for sure. Like I do understand as to why. But the thing is that you do also want to have faith. And I do feel like this faith is what you're trying to grasp, or what's the word? You used the word trust, didn't you?
I did. I wasn't sure if she just couldn't trust him fully or if there was a trust issue within the relationship.
Yeah. It's like this energy is something like I feel like you need to trust. What are his intentions? I feel like his intentions and his feel I do feel like he wants to balance out this relationship. I do get that the two of you are it's almost like you seriously need to like you kind of want to grab him, you know, and say, "Would you open up already?" you know, rather than be so closed down, or could you just, speak what it is that's on your mind, because it does feel like, like when I'm hearing him talk, which is really weird, it's almost like it's coming out, well, it could be this, like it's very vague or very non-committal, energy, but at the same degree, I don't really feel like that's his energy. So I don't know if that's a past thing or if that's something that, you're currently dealing with him, but it almost feels like I'm just going to talk in circles and, I'm going to kind of be open, but, and I think it really confuses you. And he's one of those people that you just want to grab and be like, "Okay, open up." And she says that's exactly how he sounds. It was like that's what I just kept like when I was listening to him, talk. But the thing is, I do feel he wants that, that commitment. It's almost as though somebody has tied his tongue up into knots, you know. But I feel like his feelings towards you, it's interesting. I really get like because I first of all I got the Queen of Cups when it talked about feelings. So there is a mutual love, okay, when it comes to feelings. But it's interesting that I also got he feels lucky. I feel like he feels lucky to have you in his presence or in his, wanting to be with him. Like there's an element of like, I feel lucky, to have this woman. I don't feel like there's an energy there of taking advantage or anything else. It does feel like he feels, I don't know if he would use the word blessed for sure. I don't think that would be one of his words, but I do feel that he feels lucky or he feels, grateful in some aspects of, being able to have you. Um, his issue, I don't even feel like his issue. I feel like his issue in the past was that not that there could be something better. I don't get that. But it's almost like I don't know if I'm quite ready to commit yet. Like I don't know if I'm quite there yet within myself. And that's sort of where I feel. In the past is what he felt. And I feel like now he's looking at this and going, this is something that I would like to bring in. This is something that I would like to have or something that I would like to bring in. Um, and I do feel he will step up. I keep getting something about Christmas, so I don't know if you guys are in the same. I know you're in the same school, but are you like, would you be in the same town for It almost feels like something might come together around Christmas. It still feels like it's a little bit of ways. I know it sounds like a little bit of ways, when we think of this, not even Halloween yet. She's talking about Christmas, but I feel like a slow and steady progress between now and Christmas is what I keep getting. And whether or not either of you celebrate or, whatever, it just feels like around that time to period. Like I feel like this slowly stepping up. So I do feel that love to you. I really do feel that. So I hope that's helped. I hope that's given you a little bit of clarity. It just feels like right now he's in this place of, I feel like he wants to come forward. I don't feel the fear is even in being committed. I don't feel the fear is that there could be somebody else. Oh, his birthday's around Christmas. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. Because it kind of feels like you two moving forward over the next month or two. That's what I keep getting. What are you asking, Naimi?
Yeah, so I'm confirming, that I do get that he is also going to step up. He's gonna step up, so I do get commitment. I do get he wants to have something serious with her. Will he commit? Uh, And that stepping up, yeah, I'm getting it's going to be this year.
Awesome. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. I feel like I know it's been frustrating. I know it's been frustrating. I just feel like it is coming around. This is happening. This is going to, move forward. I feel like, and I believe that I've told you this in the past. I feel like that break that you guys had, or that little bit of distance, it actually brought some clarity, not only to him, but possibly for you as well. And I think that it did make a difference. So, yeah, I hope that helped. I'm just going to put in these names. So the next person that we're going to have is going to be, I'm just reading out all the names because I'm pretty sure I have everybody that is donated. If I did miss you, let me know just so I can verify the donation. We have Samantha up next. Then we have Will. Kay. Brenda. Star. And Star, I do need your question, please, as well as Adam. And then Adam is going to your Star. And Adam, if you don't mind just putting in your question as well. Tingling pressure on the third eye. You could be just picking up on the first thing I actually felt, there might be somebody in here that has maybe perhaps some high anxiety or stress.
I've been having pressure in my front head since like hours ago. So Samantha's my moderator for TikTok, and we talk all the time. I don't know if maybe she's picking up, and it's like right here.
Okay, yeah, because I almost feel like you're picking up on Kay says me. Me too. It kind of feels like you're picking up on the energies that's around. And she says, that's me. My kids keep yelling at me when I'm trying to pay attention to you. That's cute. Yeah, it kind of feels like there's, you're picking up on external energies more than it being, within yourself. I don't feel like this being mediumship. Like I'm not getting any person particularly trying to come through. This feels like collaboration, Brenda. All of us. Yeah, it kind of feels like you're just picking up on a lot of energies that are
Sorry,
going on.
Samantha.
Yeah, me too. Sorry. So I'm just okay. I'm to put up this list, and when I just need to take a couple of minute break here. Sorry, got to run to the bathroom. A lot of water today. And when we get back, we will continue with the list as it is. Let's just put that up. All right, perfect. Okay, guys, just give us a couple of minutes and we'll see you then. Hey, we're back. All right. Dina. Oh, sorry, Dana. I did have you on the list. I'm so sorry.
I
Let
was
me.
just asking Miguel just now. I said, "Do you recall seeing Dana on the list?" Because I didn't pay attention, and I think she was. And and then you jumped on. I was like, "Oh, okay, she's gonna look now."
Yeah. That was totally me. I apologize. Hang on a second. Dina. Dina is after Samantha. My apologies, Dina. Okay. What else am I missing? All right. Sorry. Okay. All right. So next is Samantha. Okay, there we go.
I'm trying to look for her question. What's coming forward?
General reading. What's coming forward to me? Hey, Erica. Good to see you. Okay. All right. And yeah, if anything comes through, I'll let you know, Erica, for sure. But, okay.
So really quick, Samantha, I'm getting some things that are current right now. So the first, I actually dropped 4 cards because I felt that you needed that fourth one. So the first 3 cards are going to be something current right now. The last card, I feel it's something that's going to come forth for you in the future. So I'm picking up the forgiveness card. I'm not sure if this is something that you need to forgive for yourself to move forward, like you're hung up on some past things or people that you need to cut connection and move forward, like just leave it behind, get past it, is what I'm getting. And for that forgiveness doesn't have to be like you need to go up to the person and say, hey, I forgive you, I need to move on, like I'm done with your shit. No, forgiveness is also for yourself. Like you don't have to directly go to someone, just in your mind be like, you know what, this person did me wrong and I'm done holding on to it. I don't care anymore. I just want to move forward. I forgive that person and that's it. They're in the past, they're in the trash, and whatever you throw in the trash, you don't pick back up. Okay, so that's what I'm getting in regards to the forgiveness. Um I'm also getting that you need to take time for yourself to clear your thoughts, clear your mind, especially when it comes to anything that you're wanting to look forward for in the future. Like right now is the time to just focus on you, yourself, before worrying about anyone else in your life right now. Like before thinking about what's ahead, like before thinking about who is going to be in your life coming forth in the future, before any of that ever takes place, worry about you and yourself and what's more important to you. I'm also getting you don't have to worry. Whatever it is that you're so hung up on right now and, worried about right now, you don't need to be worrying about that right now. Things are going to unfold normally, naturally, the way it's meant to be. But try to not, how can I explain it? Don't get stuck in what you don't even know may happen in the future. We'll focus on the current, the right now. The things you have right now, what you have right now, and focusing on yourself. Because then you get caught up, and then by the time you get there, it's like it's never going to happen. I'm not getting there. It's taking forever. And by the time you do get there, it's probably not going to fulfill your expectations. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to be disappointed. Just worry about the now. In regards to the future, if you have positive mindset, you visualize what you're wanting for yourself in the future and you truly believe it, I feel that it's going to come forth for you. And it's probably not going to come forth exactly the way you want, but it's going to be the way it's meant to be. So I hope that that's helped. That's all I've got for you so far, Samantha.
So I feel like there's people or situations, this could be a combination, person and a situation, whatever it is, that you feel, I feel like there's two elements going on here. Okay. One is that, so I've got also the judgment card coming in. So when the judgment card comes in, this is very much, that time to do some healing, do some, it, it feels like there's just a lot of energy right now. So I'm trying to put it into a word, like words that will make sense, I guess. When the judgment card comes in, this is very much, about going into ourselves, doing a lot of releasing, doing a lot of healing, doing a lot of um, you know, uh to some degree, I mean, this definitely could be forgiveness too. It feels like there's situations or things that are not particularly of importance that they might be resurfacing again, or reclaiming or trying to reclaim parts of your life that you actually really did move on from, but because they're being brought up now. This could be again being brought up by other people, because I did say that I see that you had put your ex in there, but this could even be, things that are sort of, I guess the word is best, triggering some old emotions and stuff like that that's coming through. Here's the thing though, Samantha, intuitively, you know that you can let this go. Okay. That's what's really coming through. So I feel like there's some people that you really need to start dismissing. Now if you have kids with them, obviously it's going to be more difficult to completely dismiss them from your life. But I feel like, you can say to somebody though, you know what, unless we talk about the kids, I don't want to talk to you. Like, done. Like, I don't need you. You can put into that energy, right? Um, but I'm getting the high priestess, the 4 of cups, judgment, and the 9 of wands. Just to start, right? And it feels like, it's time to basically start putting some barriers up, some boundaries within yourself. I actually am getting that this was actually brought forward to you in order for you to recognize that you need boundaries within yourself. So even though that you've worked on yourself, right? And this, like you said, this toxic ex kind of is pulling this crap. It feels like that's because your boundaries within yourself are still fluttering. Like they're not quite to the place that they need to be. And it kind of feels like you need to regain those boundaries. So even though you've done a lot of healing and a lot of refocusing on your life and a lot of, maybe even forgiveness, not only for other people, but for yourself, the boundaries are still fluttering a bit. And so you need to have those boundaries. And again, it's okay to say to him, look, I'm not dealing with this, this is, and if, this is a person though, because I'm just reading as you're writing here. I've told him many times when out of nowhere he did that to me and then showed up at my job. Like nobody has the right to do that. And somebody that does do that kind of shit, they're just looking for attention. But here's the interesting part is that when they go that far to do that crap, it means that your energy and your healing is working. Okay. And that's just a reminder from spirit to get those boundaries even higher. Right? Like that's basically all that is. So even though, he's being toxic and he's coming forward, it's showing that he's receiving that energy level that, you know, he feels it, like he feels the the restriction there. Now, the other thing I'm actually getting here is the Star and the Four of Wands. So I don't know if there's already somebody that is in your life or that you're wanting to draw through your life or whatever, but really that Four of Wands talks to me. I mean, this is, oh, that's too bad. She says, I physically got sick and threw up. That's a horrible way to be, and that's horrible that somebody else, can bring that sort of energy or attempt to bring that energy to us. But again, I feel like, even if I feel like this might be a time too to maybe do some cord cutting. I always talk about cord cutting, cord cut him, cut him off from that energy, right? But the Four of Wands with that star, this is really telling you that things are going to progress. They are going to, get to that place of, what's it's, I can't think of the word right now because it's just my brain. It's not completion, but it's like where you're feeling content. It's contentment. Okay. That Four of Wands, and it's being in a place of contentment, especially with that star. And it kind of feels like what you need to do, because I do feel you're a very strong manifester. I feel like what you need to do is really start projecting what you're manifesting into the future rather than, allowing this to come through. But here's the interesting thing is we are just over that retrograde as well. Okay. And now we're sort of in the shadow time of that retrograde. And so things can get a little bit hinky, I guess is the best word, over the next little bit. And I feel like this was just that reminder that you need to keep those boundaries a little bit stronger, because I don't feel him being able to interfere if you don't allow it. And I don't mean that, physically, like you saying, get out, but I mean like energetically, don't allow him to come through. And I just feel like because you had been working on yourself, he could feel that energetic distance. And that's usually when people, it's interesting, just not to not to draw this on too long, but it's interesting because, working in the paranormal field for a long time, one of the things that we really discovered is sometimes when people do a smudge, especially if they have something more of a negative, I'm not talking like demonic or anything like that. I'm talking like more of a negative energy around them. When we smudge, those negative energies feel it. Okay. They feel the clearing within you. And because you're not in a place of being worried or stressed or whatever it is, they sometimes get a little bit stronger because of the fact that they're trying to break that barrier. They're trying to get back in, or they're trying to, reproduce themselves in some way. And, so sometimes I'll say to people, like, make sure that you smudge for about a week. Right. And I've told you that, Naimi, right?
Yes.
Because what happens is when you break that resistance, they feel that change in the resistance and they try to break in, they try to come back. And so you continue and you stay in this place of like peace, love, and prosperity. I love those three words, because when you stay in those three words, it really, that's what you're drawing through: peace, love, and prosperity. And you're not allowing people or things that don't resonate with the peace, love, and prosperity to enter your aura or to enter your space if this is a home, right? Or even a place of business. And so for me, what that was telling me is that he could feel that you've been doing a lot of healing. And so he was in this place of, oh, I feel like a resistance. I'm going to try to be a little bit stronger. But the thing is because you're going to be staying in this place of focus, of positivity, and just feeling better, you're going to start really noticing the difference within his energy. And even maybe to the point where, he just doesn't bother with you anymore. But again, the boundaries need to go up a little bit higher. But with this Four of Wands and the star coming through, I feel like once you get past this little bit of a barrier, this is where things really start changing. And I feel like this was like, let's just say the last hurrah, even though it wasn't a most positive hurrah. Okay. So I hope that helps, Samantha. I hope that gave you a little bit of clarity, because I do feel like things in getting better and increasing very soon. in a more positive sense, I meant. So I hope that helped. Next is going to be Dana. Dana, I'm just a little bit confused about your question. Yeah, she said my question was a little bit wonky. Can you just, like, what is it that you would like to know in regards to the situation?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if she was asking, is that going to delay from them being together, or what the actual question was.
Okay. Yeah. And Samantha, you're so welcome. I truly hope that that helped. I know it seems a little bit like not quite clear
What
maybe at
she
this point. What's that?
like, it wasn't what she was expecting to hear, but it's like, that's why I said I'm gonna get, like, the message I'm getting is what you need to know right now. I only have one message for you in regards to the future, but everything is more like the now, what's going on right now, what you need to hear.
Yeah, because I feel like I feel like right now things are just sort of paused right now because like this last bit of um energy, right? And once this last bit of energy is cleared, you're going to start really noticing where things start flowing in a more positive perspective, like, manner. So Dana is asking about Matthew. So Matthew's a Scorpio. Dana, I believe, is a Cancer, or I believe she's a Cancer. Anyway,
Mm,
she's asking about Matthew, and basically that she's a Gemini.
um Dana, I'm getting 50-50 energy from Matt. I feel like he has one foot in and one foot out. Give me a second. Let me.
Do you want me to read you the question? What she wrote earlier, or do you need that?
I read that one too. Yeah, I read all of
Okay.
it, and well, what she wrote
Okay.
now kind of clarified things for me.
Right. Okay.
Because he did this without consulting. Okay. So I'm getting 50-50 energy from him right now. I am getting that you guys will reconcile. You guys will work it out. I know you're so upset because he did things without consulting you. That would piss me off too, but yeah, I'm not really getting you should worry too much, because you guys will end up getting back together. There is reconciliation there. I just feel like this time that you guys are going to be still separated, what I mean is distance wise, this is a time for you to work on yourself, to spend time doing the things that you love, versus being so stressed out and in like this stuck in like this box of worrying about what he's consistently doing all the time. I'm just getting like, take this time to focus on you, because really there's not much to worry about, because you guys will eventually end up back together.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the only thing I'm really picking up at this time.
Okay, so when I tap into Matthew, his head feels really wonky.
That's probably where that 50-50 is coming from.
Yeah, like it almost feels like he's I mean, if he's in rehab for alcohol, I feel like that makes sense. I feel like he's gonna have a more, I almost get the energy of him needing more treatment than maybe perhaps he has told you, or maybe it just feels like more treatment is needed, and I almost am getting an energy here of him really not trusting himself when it comes to the rehabilitation for some reason. Like it almost, I keep getting this energy, and it's really weird because even though he signed this lease in Chicago, it's I don't know, it feels like I just keep getting this energy that it was almost like, I'm not saying it wasn't him, obviously it was him that signed it. But again, it feels like a foggy head or a foggy brain or a foggy, like it's that type of energy. I'm actually as well getting reconciliation, and I actually feel like this is not going to be such a bad thing, even though even though it delays the moving in and stuff like that together. I still feel that he has um treatment to do. He has a lot of still energy that he has to work on. It kind of feels like there's a delay here in his treatment, or not in his treatment. It's almost like I kind of feel like I don't know if he fully trusts himself that he's not going to go back to it. It's almost like the facility feels like a safety net for him, mm, in some way. Um, I still feel you guys coming back together exactly like Amy said. I kind of feel like for right now, keep like the distance that you guys have, like emotionally, and you just wrote here that you've blocked him. Here's the thing, they can't contact you if you've blocked them. So when people say, they're going to contact you, well, they can't, right? Or they might feel like, that energy is closed. So if you do want to talk to him, keep unblock. It doesn't mean that, they're going to contact them immediately as soon as you unblock them. It just means that they have that open path for contacting. But what I do feel here is that there might be a bit of a, right now, it's also showing the hangman, but the energy that I'm getting is like, this is not such a bad thing. Even though it feels like it at the moment, I do feel that he still has some healing to do. He still has some energetic work to do. And I kind of feel like he's not in the place that he would be the best partner at this current moment. And I actually am getting, Dana, I kind of get that you might be stuck in this mothering energy where you have to, always watch or always mother or always be in, what did you just get? Release.
Yeah, she needs to release
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it kind of feels like this energy of where, if he was with you right now, or if he was living with you right now, there's not that full trust, because of the fact that I don't feel his treatment is complete, or that he's, fully, like there's still a lot of the program or whatever it is that he has to do. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, when you're alcoholic for life. It's not a part-time thing, right? But I do feel like it's almost like him staying in Chicago is like a safety net for him. That's what I kept getting. And I feel like as the progress, or as the recovery continues, there's going to be more open communication. I almost like every time I tap into him, his head doesn't feel right. And that doesn't mean that he's, there's something mentally wrong with him or anything like that. What it's saying to me, though, is it's not clear. It's not a clear head. It's not a clear path that he's got. You know what I mean? Not that he doesn't have a clear path towards you, because I do feel strongly that he wants you to be that path in his life. But I feel like within himself, there's a lot of mistrust. Okay? There's a lot of, am I ready? You know, can I be the man that is needed? Can I be the person that is going to be the strength of the relationship? Can I be, you know, so there's a lot of questions and a lot of doubt with him. So as Naimi says, like that 50-50, half in and half out. I feel like, you know, his heart is there, but his head is very like that. It's very, very foggy. And I feel like that has to do with the recovery at this time. So, you know, again, give it some time. You know, and I think one of the suggestions that he had was, you know, kind of take care of yourself, you know, go do things that you know, might not be otherwise to do. I just keep getting this mothering energy too. Like if you were, you know, if he was there, you would have, like, you would kind of end up missing out on a part of your life because of the fact that you're always watching over him, or maybe not being in that place of fully trusting him. You know, will he not drink? Will he not do this? Will he not, you know what I mean? It just feels like that sort of energy. And this is a healing that he's got to do on his own.
Yeah. And
So,
I also did get, you know, like he was meant to do that. That what he did was the right decision. You know, I know he didn't consult you and that upsetted you, but I feel like he also knew that you were going to delay that for him, you know. And when I asked, you know, spirit guides, angels, he made the right decision by doing that. I know that's not what you want, but you know, Kathy's picking up the 50-50. I'm picking up the 50-50. He's not 100% ready so that you guys can move forward together in a healthy relationship. So he made the right decision, you know, and had he told you first, you might have delayed that for him. Then you guys would have gotten back together and then it would have went to shits. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And that's not
I
what you
feel the treatment has a lot to do with it. I don't feel like this has to do with like your non-committal or, you know, anything like that. Like his heart's there, but
Yeah.
his head is a little bit in a different place. So I hope that gave you some clarity. I hope it helped. Zenda, hello, welcome. She says, good morning from Australia. Beautiful energy.
Awesome.
So up next is Will, and Will just wants a general reading, I believe. Just to see what's coming in. I'm just gonna double
General.
check. Mm. I just wanted to say one thing. Erica, are you still listening? Are you still there? Um, I hear something about your baby is really protected right now, and I feel like this has to do with ancestry. This could I keep getting grandfather energy coming through really, really strongly, and I just wanted to pass that on to you. So I hope that that makes sense to you, but there's a lot of ancestral energy around you right now. Okay. So Will, uh yeah, just a general.
I think I got this for him before. Um I'm just getting a lot of like, listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition, um, and believe in yourself. I have 3 cards. I have 4 cards, and 3 of them are all like aligning within the same thing. It's listen to your intuition, your gut feelings, any decisions that you're making. It's like you know what to decide. Like you're like you don't ever have to feel stuck because you always know what the right decision is, even though sometimes you might hold yourself back a little bit. Um, but your intuition is on point. And you need to believe that too, and believe in yourself is what I'm getting to. And I'm just getting big happy changes coming forth for you. And I think I got this for Will before. It's just good energy. I'm just getting good things coming forth for you um very soon. That's all I'm getting for Will right now.
Okay. Yeah, you're moving out of a period now where, okay, so here's what I'm getting. You went through a lot of freaking lessons. Holy shit. And we already know that, right? Like, I've been reading for you for a while. And you're so welcome, Erica. I'm glad that helped. I've been reading for you for a while now, and it's interesting because I know some of the lessons that you absolutely have been through, especially with this judgment card coming through. Um, and it feels like your energy is much more guarded now, but not in a negative way. This actually feels like it's a much more positive guarding of your energy. Basically, that you're not willing to give out your energy to just anybody at the moment. You're actually in a place right now where you're protecting your energy, and you're starting to really recognize other people and their it's like you're paying attention to what's resonating with you and what's not resonating with you much more than you did before. Okay. And I feel like this, um, this is really, helping you, uh, it's funny. I actually literally want to say the word torpedo forward, as Naimi said, into something that's going to be more positive, more, but it's like you're not willing to, I don't want this to sound like the way it's going to sound, but you're not willing to just spread your energy anywhere. Right? I hope that didn't come off the wrong way. It feels like you're much more protected with your energy. It doesn't mean that you're not, friendly, but you're more discerning about what it is that you're willing to accept into your life right now, what it is that you're willing to allow to come forward. Queen of Swords is coming through, like you're being more direct with things. I'm actually, it's interesting. Again, I'm getting the Four of Wands with the Hierophant. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but I mean, those are really strong relationship cards. So you might have met somebody, or maybe there's somebody, that's about to step forward in some manner in regards to a relationship. And it feels like, I really want to keep saying too, it's like you've manned up, not that, again, I'm not trying to, put the past in a negative light in any way, but you've so much elevated over the last year or so. And it's just such a strong energy, and it's so powerful. And because of the fact that you're not in this place of just allowing any other energy to come through, you're now being more discerning, you're now being more guarded, but not guarded in the way that, you know your this is just like, you're not really mature enough for me. Like, you're looking at things, there's this difference. A lot of times we'll see, okay, maybe it's just me that sees this. I don't know. Maybe you don't, name me, because you probably, like, gal, you probably don't see this as much. But you see these people on Facebook that are like, oh, I just want a relationship, and we've talked about this before. And here's the thing, Will, is that, I feel like in the past you might have been more open to, like, a relation. Okay, there's a relationship, it's coming through. And now you're like looking at people going, eh, I don't know if we're really a match. Like, you're not just in this place of willing to accept any energy. You want the energy that is going to be good for you for long term. And I don't feel like you're fantasizing or inventing somebody. Like, you're looking at people as they truly are, or at least what they're presenting to you, rather than creating a fantasy about them. And I believe that that's beautiful energy, right? Because a lot of times we can look at somebody and kind of create our own little fantasy, and go, oh, okay, yeah, it doesn't matter that they, wear Crocs. I'm perfectly fine with that. But maybe you really hate Crocs, but you're not really saying, I really hate these. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of I think in the past you were more forgiving in order to have that relationship. And now you're like, no, I really don't like that. Or this is resonating with me, so I'm not letting it through. So that's what I get for you. And I hope that helped. And I hope it gave you some clarity, because that's what I really feel is happening. I know Will's at work, so he'll probably watch this later, but
Okay.
yeah. Kate is next. Let me just get this up here.
I don't see her question.
I did see it. It's here. It's just up at the top here somewhere. Hang on a second. I just gotta scroll to. I know she was asking about Tia, her and Tia, and I think she was asking about what's to come. And I believe it was that she's been hearing from readers that this Tia did match the description of what other readers have told her. But she just is kind of wondering if that is actually the person or not.
Okay.
Here. What is ultimately to come of Tia and I? She fits the description of the person I've been told I'll marry by many readers, but I'm uncertain. And what's to come of us?
Okay. Okay, for Kate and Tia. So I am getting the same thing in regards to marriage in the future between Kay and Tia. I do get that. I do get that you need to remain positive though too. I don't know if you're doubting it a lot. You're doubting the relationship or her. Let me get clarification.
Yeah, she says she's doubting it.
Yeah. Okay. So, and I also need I'm getting like you need balance. There needs to be balance there. I don't know if you guys, actually sat down and talked about your feelings, current or moving forward in the relationship, but there needs to be some sort of balance there. So this jumped out of the deck. I didn't even get to pull it out. It just came out while I was shuffling. I like when that happens. So the card that jumped out of the deck is give the relationship a chance. I do get, give the relationship a chance, and then I got the remain positive card. Be positive about it. And I do agree with, whatever other reader you've gone to. I did see that marriage in the future. I am getting at this time, you two are meant to be together at this time in this path. But you need to trust it. Give it a chance is what I'm getting at this time.
Okay. So what I'm getting here is that I I understand where you're frustrated, right? The problem is that I feel like she does need to close out this cycle with the ex, however long it takes. And I feel like she is dealing with the breakup of the ex, which is good, right? It's not the them in a relationship part, but I do feel like there's things that need to be cleared up for sure. And here's the thing. When people clear up these things too quickly, they're really not in a place of being able to fully invest in another relationship or another person, simply because of the fact that it's like a false energy, right? It's not fully transformed yet. And I do feel like even though it's taking a long time, or what feels like a long time, this is also a very necessary part of what's happening, because as she's dealing with all of this stuff, she's also doing healing, she's also doing projecting into the future of the type of relationship that she wants, because she does not want a relationship that was this one, you know what I mean, or the elements of that one. So she's coming into this place as well. So what it's really showing me here, it's interesting. I got the Three of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Three of Wands. Now, when we have the Three of Pentacles, especially with it, so when I look at the Three of Pentacles, a lot of times it means cooperating. It can mean compromise, but I always look at it also as like a contract. Okay. It's like a contract type of energy. So, sometimes you'll see the Three of Pentacles appear when people are entering into a contract, or about to enter, or going to enter into a contract. This could be marriage, living together, buying a car together, maybe buying a house. It's that sort of energy, right? And then you're asking, how is she going to know I'm the one? Um, but I'm wondering how she will realize I'm it for her. When you're not in a place of frustration, and I know that that sounds weird, but when we're in a place of frustration, we tend to send out the wrong signals. We tend to send out the wrong energy. And I feel like just being in this place of knowing that she is handling what she needs to handle, I do feel the attraction there between the two of you. I do feel that, she might even have some sort of subconscious element of knowing, of wanting to be together, or planning this for the future. But I do feel she needs to be in this place of being ready for it as well, because I do feel like, for whatever reason, I feel like this relationship with her ex, I definitely feel some sort of trauma situation that's happening. I don't know if this was, I'm not going to call it really abusive, but it could have been like emotionally abusive, or even to some degree mental. Like, it kind of feels like this other person wasn't willing to give her that commitment in some way that she wanted, even if they were like together or fiance. It kind of feels like, as we said before in the last reading, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, it kind of feels like she was always left on this, pedestal of does this person actually care about me? And this is not what she wants going into the next relationship. She should to know that the person loves her. I'm also getting the Three of Wands. So this is somebody looking forward to the future. And I'm getting the Sun. I feel really positive things about you and Tia, but I do feel that where that frustration is absolutely coming in. But again, I keep getting here that this healing, or this energy of her having to deal with this ex, is really giving her a lot of it is doing a lot of positive for the future, in order for you guys to be in a positive place in a relationship, rather than it be a fractured relationship of some sort. So I hope that that made sense. What were you asking, Naimi? I saw you with the wands.
So she asked when she'll realize, and I did get that it would be this year. Tia's gonna realize this year that she is the one. I feel like she somewhat already does. But you're gradually gonna see it this year. Like you're gonna see that
Her
she's
coming forward.
realizing it here. That's what I'm getting.
I actually really felt this year too. Um, like even though it's October, this could be over the next like month and a half or so where there's more realizations that are coming forward, because I kind of feel around the middle of November, like it's really weird. I actually middle between now and the end of the year is what I kept getting. And that would be, I guess, about the middle of November coming through. That's how I kept feeling. Again, I mostly feel that this is going to, be patient. As far as her ex goes, I'm hearing from spirit to, even though technically, you can't really clear up their situation, what you can ask a spirit is, for Tia to be protected. Okay. And you can ask that, from spirit towards somebody else, and ask spirit to protect Tia in regards to, the energies of her ex, like help clear up, the energy between the two of them so that, Tia has a chance to, grow or to release this person spiritually. So here's the thing is that we can ask positive things to spirit, especially if we're not being in a place of selfishness, or like you're not wishing anything bad upon the ex. You're wishing positivity for the both of them, but enough so that they can break that cycle between them and move forward. Okay, so you can ask for that for her. And then you can also ask for spirit to help bring the two of you together in the way that you're supposed to be coming together. And yes, if I light a candle and ask spirit, will spirit protect her? Yes. That's, especially if you're doing it from a place of love and not, selfishness. And when I say selfish, it doesn't mean that you're selfish as a person. It's just a lot of times that when we ask for something like that, we'll tend to be like, send them away.
I know that. I know that from experience, because sometimes people come to my manifestation lives and they're like, can we manifest something for someone else? Like I said, if it's coming from the heart, you're wanting something positive for the person, yes. But if it's in regards like you want somebody to break up because you want that person, or just something like you're trying to take away from someone else or anything negative, then no, you cannot do that.
Like you can't really say to spirit, hey spirit, I'll make sure that they get in some, kick-ass fight so that I can, like you don't want that to happen, right? Or, you don't want spirit, you don't want to say to spirit, oh, I hope that so and so cheats on this person so that they'll see what an asshole he really is and come running to me.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like we can't do that, right? But you can absolutely ask tech. And I do feel next year is going to be much stronger between the two of you. Now, I'm only going to give like a little, like what I feel is like this could be March, but I'm going to be honest, like timelines can change, as far as like living together and stuff like that. Could be faster, could be slower, but I do feel a union with her. Okay. So I also feel sometimes too is that when we hang on to the timeline a little bit too much, we can also push it away, because what will happen is we'll be like, oh, it's January. I'm supposed to be living with her, in March. Okay, but it's the second week of January. It's the third week and now we get worried and we get fearful, and we tend to push that energy out rather than bringing it forward, rather than being in a place of, doing our own healing or doing our own, personal growth. We want to be in that energy rather than focusing in on the timeline. Okay, so I hope that helped. Brenda is next. So Brenda is asking about Keith. And I believe Brenda is a Scorpio. Keith is or Brenda's Capricorn. Keith is a Scorpio. And she's wanting to know what's to come between the two of them. And I'm just going to take a look back at just a sec. Here, wait a minute. Where did I miss it? No, hang on.
I got it. Brenda's questions?
Yeah.
It's, will things progress in her relationship? Will he commit? Is he really trying and wanting to be in the relationship overall? She just wants to know, anything in regards to her relationship, like where it's going, because she feels
Okay.
like they're stuck. So Brenda, will things progress between Brenda and Keith? I am getting a yes. Will Keith commit to Brenda? Yes. Is he really trying? Yeah, overall I'm getting a yes. He really is trying and he really does want the relationship. I'm also getting abundance, which could be the abundance of love, abundance within the relationship. I'm also getting that there needs to be some sort of balance as well. So I don't know if you guys have communicated so that he understands, so that you both mutually understand what your expectations are and what do you want out of your relationship, so that there's that mutual understanding. And then the last card I'm getting is success. So, I do pick up that relationship coming forth for you. I do pick up that it's going to progress and you guys will eventually commit to each other.
Brenda, I'm going to ask you a weird question. Are you worried about, or has there been discussion of, or I don't know what it is. It feels like there's an energy here where you kind of go back into the past a little bit. Now, this could have to do with an ex of his or something like that. Like it kind of feels like are you bringing stuff up? And I'm asking because I'm hearing this for some reason. Like there's some sort of past energy that keeps popping up. Like maybe you're worried about an ex of his or some past relationship of his, or maybe you're bringing up past things. I just need to clarify that so I can either dismiss it or validate, like get the validation for it. Because that was really coming through for some reason. So I'll just give that a second.
Okay. Yeah, and
I'm worried, but I don't bring it up. Okay. So first of all, dismiss this worry. Okay, because I kept feeling like there was something about an ex that like it just I don't know how to describe it, but that's what I just kept feeling, like something about that reappearing or coming up. So even if you don't bring it up, I do feel like because you're holding on to it within your energy. And here's the thing, Capricorns have very strong energy. My daughter's a Capricorn. Holy hell. Not a bad thing. It's a very strong, Capricorns have like massively strong energy. And so when let's say if you're worried about something or you're thinking about something, that radiates like that.
they have a child together, so it makes it hard.
Yeah. I don't feel like you need to worry about him and this ex, okay? I do feel like their communication, I feel like they're cordial or whatever, but I'm not getting romantic relationship with this ex, okay? But I kept hearing that like something about the ex is interfering with the relationship, but off of your side, not his. That's why I asked. Okay. And so if I felt like you had to worry about the ex, I would be telling you, girl, run, because there's the ex. I'm not getting that. I actually felt like it was your energy that was, protruding into this and creating, I guess, the mental or the emotional worry about it. I actually got for his feelings towards you are the Two of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Cups. I mean, he's looking forward to planning and building some sort of future, with you. But the more that you're overthinking, this can come out. Now, whether or not we think that we're in this place of we're not projecting it, I mean, it could come out in if he brings up, his child or his ex in some way during a conversation, this could be your tone of voice. It could be your mannerisms. I feel like he's kind of in this place of, for even though you're not saying anything, it could be projected in some way. And I'm really telling you, I don't feel that there's no emotional attachment to the ex except for the fact that, she gave birth to their child. That's pretty much where I'm, of course, there's that caring towards somebody because of the fact that they, gave you something that you truly love, but he loves the child, not the ex. And he actually sees, he could see this child being with the two of you as well in the future, not full time, obviously, because it would be with the mom as well. But he sees this as, I feel like he sees this as a family. Like that Seven of Pentacles is planning for the future, but there needs to be patience. And so, even though you might not be saying anything on a verbal level, I do feel that he might be picking up on some of that energy on a spiritual level. Or you got to remember too, Scorpios are freaking intuitive, right? Like a Scorpio can walk into a room and they're like you know in the room the second that they walk in, and energetically. So even though you're not saying anything, they can read the room. And I feel like that's what's happening here. I mean, literally with the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups is talking about like possibly a celebration or bringing something forth in the future, like being with families. Yeah, and Samantha agrees, like the Scorpios, like, man, you guys got that intuitive stuff going on. But here's the thing is, like, they might not always be reading correctly, right? Because you could be thinking about, your cat at the moment, and and they're gonna go, okay, I'm feeling like, they're not mind readers, but at the same degree, like, they can pick up on the energy. And so if you're projecting an energy when he does talk about the ex or he does talk about the child, he might be able to feel that, and that could put him into a place of kind of being protective or wanting to cocoon a little bit. Because I do feel that he's, if when he's looking long term into the future, he's going to want somebody that's going to be able to handle this shit, because his kid is going to be in his life all the time, right? His child is always going to be there, and you're going to have to adjust, or whoever he's with is going to have to adjust. So that is what I am getting, but I don't feel that you have anything to worry about. I do feel that he wants to bring this forward into the future. I kind of feel go with the flow for right now, but try to release that energy of what what it is that you're concerned or worried about. So I hope that helped.
And I
Look at this
did get
Empress.
further confirmation that, what did you get?
Empress.
I got the card engagement, which means you guys are going to move up. You're going to level up in your commitment. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you get the Empress card, now here's the thing. Interesting enough, we did get the Three of Cups. We also got the Empress. Both are threes. I kind of feel like over the next 3 weeks to 3 months, you're going to see a real huge difference or a jump within the energy between the two of you in a more positive manner. But remember, you're going to have to play a part in that, right? A lot of times, people will hear a psychic say, well, this is what's going to happen. And then they sit there like this. Well, when's it going to happen? So you got to play the part in that, right? You got to take the advice and kind of go, okay, I don't have to worry about him and his ex. So, and yeah, all of these things will go along further. They will go along further, but just, again, be a little bit more patient. And Scorpios can be very, very slow in their energy at times too. Scorpios can be a little bit, sorry, Samantha, be a little messy because they can jump into a relationship with somebody who's a total excuse my language, fucking idiot. You know what I mean? But when it comes to somebody that they actually feel something with, and that there's emotionals and deep emotional, and, you know, where this could be amazing, they're like trit, trot, trit, trot, you know, and they take their time. Whereas, you know, you get some, you know, moron, and they'll be like, oh, hey, let's go jump into a relationship and have like babies right away. Oh. You know what I mean? So, Samantha says, my ex toxic is a Scorpio. Yeah, he's an asshole. Yeah, like honestly, like sometimes, you know, it's like, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? Because if it has to do with deep emotional stuff, it's like, oh, I have to get emotional. Oh my God. You know? Timeline of when we'll be committed or move in together. Like I said, I do feel progress within the next 3 weeks to 3 months. I don't feel quite moving in together until, you know, maybe next year. But I don't feel later in the year. I feel like this would be earlier in the year. So it could be like, I want to say within the first 6 months of the year is what I get. What are you getting?
Yeah. December is a possibility, but I do get the beginning
That's
of
cool.
next year. Yeah, December is a possibility, not 100%. If things somewhat shift from here to there, but yeah, beginning of next year for sure.
Yeah. I'm also getting to, you know, I'm trying not to harass them too much, or, you know, or push, because I do feel, you know, when he's in a place of being pushed, um, you know, it can kind of put his blocks up. I kind of feel, because I did get the Emperor card. He kind of likes to pretend to be the one that actually has the notion of doing something. Like you know, even if it's not really his idea, let him think it's his idea, that kind of thing, you know. That's what I get. So Star wants to know how Gary is feeling about me and if he's thinking about me. She says, I ran into him today. Well, while driving, we were in a plaza. We never spoke, and I'm pretty sure it was him.
So I do get that he does have interest in Star, and he has been thinking about Star. I'm trying to get more of a detailed message for her.
Star's name is Simran. Simran. Hey, Felicity. So our reading list is closed for the night, but make sure that you subscribe and that you're here next week. We're here every Wednesday at 6:00 Mountain. So
far, Star, I'm getting to listen to your gut feelings, your intuition. If this is something you want to pursue, I'm getting that you should give it a chance. I don't know if you're currently going through a specific situation, because I'm getting that you shouldn't have to worry too much. You're going to get through whatever situation you're in right now, and there's going to be a peaceful resolution. Again, this probably has nothing to do with Gary right now, but that's something that I felt I needed to let you know. But in terms of Gary, I just feel like, you know, there is interest there. He does like you. He does think about you. Yeah, and I do get that you should give that relationship a chance. That's all I'm picking up right now, at this time for her. For her and Gary.
do you guys have some sort of falling out or argument or anything like that? Or was there some sort of distance? I'm just trying to figure out what the balance is here within your relationship. Where are you guys right now? Like, was this?
That could be where I'm getting the whole peaceful resolution. I'm not sure what situation. That's why I said I'm not
Yeah.
sure what situation you're in right now.
Okay. So she says he's with somebody actually in a relationship and they haven't talked since April 2021. And okay, that makes a lot of sense because I kind of feel like these must be your emotions. And because I got the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. And I'm just going to go into this first because there is this energy here of somebody maybe not having been completely on it. Oh, there, I literally am reading this. She said, what did she say? I
He's
stopped
been,
talking to him after something. Yeah, dishonesty, right? Like the
yeah.
Five of Swords is about dishonesty, somebody not being, upfront, maybe thinking that they're getting away with something when they really weren't getting away, that sort of thing. But what I am getting here, whether or not he thinks that he's committed to this relationship, Seven of Cups is coming in. There's not that whole lot of commitment on that one. Like he might be playing house at the moment, but I don't feel like there's an actual, commitment, I guess is the best way to say this. I actually feel like he saw you. That was the first thing I thought. And I'm also getting here too, something about bringing back past some memories. Like, so he may have seen you and that really started triggering a lot of memories. What was her question again? She wanted to know if they were going to, like, what's he thinking?
Yeah, if he's been thinking about her, or how does he feel about her? Because she ran into a plaza where he drove in as well.
I feel like that was a sign of some sort. So it feels like you both were kind of thinking about each other and wanting to draw each other's energy into each other in some way. I also got the all gifted. So it feels like we drove around the parking lot running into each other. Okay. Yeah. Like I feel like I don't know how it's almost like synchronistic in some way. Like him been thinking about you, you had maybe been thinking about him, and it feels like synchronicity brought the two of you together. I also got the Six of Cups. So the memories that he did have were positive that are coming through. I'm also getting here too. Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles. You know what? Even though he's in this relationship now, again, I'm not getting a whole lot of commitment going on as far as that's concerned. I feel like his head is after I saw him, I was shook and kept driving like a lunatic. I get that. I get it. Yeah. It's like, what the hell do I do now?
And it's funny that you said that
But
there's not much commitment in his relationship right now, because I did pick up that there is some kind of future relationship between the two of you. It may not be this year, but beginning of
yeah.
next year.
Yeah, like it feels like just yeah, I think he cheats on her all the time. Yeah, I think he does too. Like that Seven of Cups. I don't even know if it's particularly that he's actually having physical relationships with somebody. I feel like he's in constant, like maybe in communication with other people, at the very least. Like, because she doesn't give him, well, okay, when I say this, I don't want to put blame on her because I do feel that she tries. I feel that he can just be in that place of, where I think she's doing her best, in that extent, but I'm getting that he's sort of like he's just not content with their relationship. I don't even feel like he really wanted to be with her, to be honest, in the first place. It feels very much kind of pushed together in some way, or it feels like I don't know. Or maybe it just evolved into what it was without much. Mm, how it kind of just goes from this to this, and that's what I'm feeling. I don't know. He's again, I don't feel him being very committed. I'm just going to say that. Hierophant with the Ten of Pentacles, though, for the two of you. I feel like telling you to keep sending him really good thoughts right now, because I wouldn't be too surprised if he doesn't reach out in some way, or I don't know him, maybe even reappear at that plaza. I wouldn't go there purposely and hang out just to see, but they were together for a long time, and I think the families just said, get back. Yeah, okay. That makes a lot of sense, because it just feels like they were pushed in some way together. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is like a cultural thing, or if this is, just the fact that, they'd been together for a long time, or whatever it was. Yeah, there's a lot of thoughts and thinking. I feel like he really did miss you. I actually feel like you've been on his mind quite often. He's looking at you as somebody very dynamic. Queen of Wands coming through, beautiful energy. Right now, he does have to hide his feelings. I don't feel like he's in a place where he can take that step forward. But King of Cups is coming through. So I feel like he is becoming more emotional. Look at this. Seriously, cannot make this shit up. Four of Wands coming through again with the King of Cups. So, I also had, what was it? The Hierophant with the, what did I have? The Hierophant, with like the Four of Wands. I feel I wouldn't be too surprised if he doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised if he reaches out, is what I'm saying. I feel like he could reach out. I can't guarantee that he'll reach out. I just kind of get that energy that he could definitely, I feel like really on his mind. And I feel like it really I almost feel like to some degree in his head, he was sort of in this place where he thought he was over you. Even though you kept popping up into his mind. But I'm getting that he's sort of realizing, oh, damn, I thought I was over her, but I'm not. That's what I keep getting. So I still feel like, like Naimi said, I feel like in going into next year, things could really change. Although I will say, I don't think it's going to be easy for him to just walk away from where he is right now. So that is something that, and I think that you had said that at the beginning, Naimi, you got to make sure where it is that you want this relationship, because I do feel, oh my God, same. I thought I was over him, and then I realized I wasn't today. Yeah, that's the energy that I'm getting, like from the both of you. But it feels like, I don't know if he's in that position to just pack up and leave, because I do feel the families are intertwined, or there's some sort of connection. Like when he's ready to walk, I feel like he will walk. And I feel like he does want to walk, but I'm also getting like, it's not going to be like, going home, packing, leaving. I don't know if they live together or not. I'm just saying, like, I feel like this might have to be a process. He might even try to push her so that she breaks up with him. Just saying. All right. I felt that kind of coming in too. So I hope that helped, and I hope it gave you some clarity, hun. Adam, are you here? And Adam wanted to know. I'm just looking. Where is?
So he wants to know. He's been having a few health issues that he thinks are minor. He's wondering if they're nothing or not. The only thing I do get that it's minor health issues. I don't get anything serious. But that's all I can answer for him right now. I don't know if Kathy, you might pick up anything else.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just looking for his question. Where did I put it?
Oh, I got it off the chat. I don't know if he messaged you.
No. It should be on the chat. I'm just scrolling through the chat here. Oh, having a few other things, minor issues. Yeah. Okay. So Adam, something about your stomach. Okay. You've got, now normally I don't like normally we don't really do health, kind of things. Something about, are you here, Adam, by the way? I should ask you, are you still around? Because I can't tell if you are or not.
Yeah,
But I
he says he's
do
there.
feel, okay. Yay. Okay, Adam, I'm going to ask you some questions, okay? Because I feel like, does this have to, how come I'm not seeing him? Oh, there he is. Does this have to do, like, are you getting stomach issues? Because I'm feeling some sort of like burning, heartburn, that kind of thing. That's one of the things that I'm picking up on. And I just need to make sure that this is you or if this is something else, somebody else. Like, I'm just trying to clarify what I'm feeling here. But I do get some sort of stomach issues going on or some sort of energy here of digestive. It, like I said, it could even just be heartburn. So if that makes sense to you, let me know. I'm also getting here. What am I getting? I don't feel anything serious, I'll be honest with you. A lot of the first thing I'm actually getting here has a lot to do with stress. Like stress, overthinking. I have some pain, pressure in my heart and chest, discomfort, kidney, stomach area. Okay. Because like that was the pain, pressure in my heart and chest.
And that's funny you said stress and whatnot, because I got the card let go.
Yeah. And some just in the stomach, kidney area. Okay, so I'm not a doctor, obviously, but again, I'm getting that some of this has to do with stress. I really did feel the stomach. I'm not getting anything serious. I'll be honest with you. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
It feels like this has more to do with, stress, overthinking, sort of being in this place. Look at literally, I pulled this up. Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords comes up. This is about stress, anxiety, and it's usually self-created. Doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It just means that sometimes, that can be our, some people, take stress and anxiety a little bit differently than others, but this is exactly what I'm getting with that. It does feel like this might have to do with, I mean, honestly, you know what? I feel like definitely go to a doctor, get the test done, get it checked out. You might even just have a kidney infection, or there might be like a bladder infection or something, along that line, because a lot of that can actually cause the kidney and the stomach area, along with like, you know what I mean? Like the kidneys upon that, going on that left-hand side can, if there's a bladder infection or something along that line, it can create a lot of discomfort on that left side, especially, left to middle type of side. But I would actually really start doing maybe perhaps some meditation, like some guided meditations, try to um definitely the guided meditations is what I keep feeling. Go for more walks, go for, just it's the things that are going to be necessary for just relieving the stress. And I kind of feel like you're one of those people. Don't laugh. You might be one of those people that go through a guided meditation and then 5 minutes later you're like, but I'm all stressed again. So right, like try to allow yourself to, breathe through the stress or breathe through whatever it is. I would say, for your own peace of mind, definitely go get it checked, right? Even if it's just at a Medi Center, because a Medi Center can send you, if you don't have a family doctor, a Medi Center can definitely send you just to go get the tests, right? And that's all you need, because the tests are really going to tell them everything. Because, pretty much a blood test even is going to, determine a lot, or if they need to do more tests. But I just keep feeling like there's nothing major going on, that this has to do a lot with, anxiety, a lot with anxiety, a lot of overthinking, a lot of that kind of thing. Okay. I hope that helped. I hope that gave you some clarity. Did you have anything to add to that, Naimi?
No, I got the same thing. I'm not getting it was something serious at all. Something minor. And then you brought up the stress, and I started shuffling, and the first card I got was to let go. So whatever it is that is stressing you, try to release it so that you don't have all these health issues. Because most of the time, a lot of these health issues that we get, it's there's been many times that I've done readings, and most of the time it's been due to their own stress, their own stress and anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Emotional stress, all of that.
Adam, I'm also getting something else for you here, and it has nothing to do with your question. It feels like there might be something that you've been concentrating or worrying on, maybe in particular, or it just feels like you're kind of in this place of being stuck or feeling like you're stuck in some way. And I keep hearing from spirit that things are about to shift. Okay. And it's interesting because at the same time, I also got the Wheel of Fortune. And it kind of feels like just right now, in this temporary period of time, things are a little bit stuck, like the wheel isn't flowing at this particular moment. But I feel like what's about to happen, especially once you release that stress and anxiety, it's like that wheel shifts, it turns. And this is where things really start flowing again for you. I'm actually feeling around, I'm going to say a month. Okay. But I'm feeling like the beginning of November where things all of a sudden are just shifted, like moving in a really positive. It's almost like, when I talk about the Wheel of Fortune, I'm literally, even though that's not representative of the tarot, I see like a wheel well, like the wheel in the stream. And once the wheel starts turning, like the water starts flowing, and that's what I keep seeing. So it kind of feels like this is just a temporary pause. And to allow that wheel to just shift and start flowing, help that water flow. So I hope that gave you some clarity. I really do. Um, guys, thank you so much for watching us tonight.
Thank
Remember
you,
to
guys.
catch Naimi on Mimi's Holistics on TikTok. And if you guys want a personal reading with me, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. Bye
Bye.
bye.